Welcome, YouTube watcher, to the ups and downs for Hell in a Cell 2017. And I know that it does feel like WWE has a pay-per-view every week at the moment, but that doesn't mean they can't be good. And you know what? Given everything, given the context we had, I actually thought this one was pretty good. And that's even more of a surprise because on paper, Hell in a Cell 2017 didn't seem like it would be good. And there were still some duds in there were still some bad points. But overall, I actually thought it surprised us, to say the least. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and yes, it is time to hurl some ups and downs at this year's Hell in a Cell. We'll start with the main event, which was Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. They had an absolutely crazy Hell in a Cell match, and yes, for that reason, is getting it up. Now, we could go through all the spots, but that seems ridiculous, right? You know what happened here, even if you haven't actually watched the match. They fought in the cell, they fought on the cell, they fought outside of the cell, and there was a powerbomb on top of the cell. Man, that looked brutal. Both men are going to kill today. And then, of course, we did get our big spot, which somewhat surprisingly was exactly the same as the big spot from WrestleMania 32, and I thought they were going to come up with something different. However, seeing Shane McMahon once again leap off the cell, well, it's just crazy. It's like watching a dart fly through the air, and the momentum he has before he smashes through the table, it's just crazy. The man is crazy. But we did have a big twist here because while Kevin Owens was laying on the table waiting to be killed, who came out of the crowd dressed like a civilian to help Kevin Owens? None other than his arch nemesis, Sami Zayn. Now, WWE is going to have to come up with some pretty compelling storyline to make all this make sense, given the history that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn has had. However, it was a surprise. It came out of nowhere. It made me sit up and go, wait, what? I didn't see that coming, and also, thank goodness, maybe this means WWE is actually going to use Sami Zayn in some capacity other than man that turns up every now and then. I mean, Sami Zayn as a heel is baffling because he's the most obvious babyface on the roster, but we'll forget about that because I'm excited. Lovely stuff all around, great main event, finished on a swerve, which sometimes I do enjoy. So yeah, 2 thumbs, and I've only got 2, we'll put the pinkies up too. 2 thumbs, 2 pinkies. We are going to give a massive down to the Shinsuke Nakamura Jinder Mahal match though, because even though it was for the WWE title, you think they were fighting over dog food. Down. And there isn't even that much to say. We got the same Jinder Mahal match we always got, and even though the Singh brothers kind of interfered, basically, if you take a step back and look at this, Mahal beat Nakamura clean after he hit him with his colossus. It's an Indian word, it means the finish. I can't pronounce it, but he hit him with that, and I was like, great. Same thing as always. Same thing as the last 4 months, or whatever it's been. To be honest, this fell completely flat. It didn't feel like it was actually for the WWE Championship. And where Nakamura goes from here, I have no idea, because for my money, or from my perspective, he basically lost to Mahal here, clean as a whistle. I don't know what clean as a whistle means. Who's got a dirty whistle? But that's not the point. This was bad. Also, Nakamura better come out on SmackDown and be like, look, Shane McMahon, look, Daniel Bryan, all of my world title matches had the Singh brothers run in, then we had a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and you didn't put my match in the cell to keep these 2 assholes out. It is ridiculous. As you can tell, I'm quite upset about this, but the WWE title means nothing. A huge up for the other Hell in a Cell match though, because yes, the bout between the Usos and the New Days, but it was spiffing, just spiffing up. The Usos did win the titles back, but you owe it to yourself to go out and watch all of this because it does get pretty crazy. Again, I'm not going to go through it spot by spot and say they did this and they did that because you're going to get the most out of it by watching the thing, but all you need to know is that there was handcuffs and there was kendo sticks. That sounds a bit kinky. It wasn't kinky, it was really violent. The chemistry between both teams is just awesome, and while I do hope this is the end to the feud, because it's been going on too long, if WWE wants to revisit this in a few months, that's absolutely fine, especially because between them, they've made the SmackDown tag titles feel really, really important. But this was just great from start to finish, and even Kofi, who was the outside man on this occasion, played his part really well too. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. I loved it. It opened the show and I was like, come on, Hell in a Cell, rub my, I don't know, ass? Don't rub my ass. Why would I want a WWE pay-per-view to rub my ass? Let's move on. And comments about asses do bring us back to the downs, because we had Randy Orton versus Rusev, and yeah, I'm sorry, just getting it down. Why? Because Randy Orton won, which means Rusev lost again, and Rusev always loses, and I just do not understand why. The man is so talented, he's so entertaining. No matter what you give him in terms of segments, he makes it work, and yet when it comes to his big blow-off feuds, he loses. every time. And the match itself was fine. I mean, it was like an old school, solid pro wrestling contest. I've got no problem with that, and Rusev worked on the back of Randy Orton to try and set him up for the accolade, and eventually Orton did reverse the accolade into the RKO. He got a nice pop, and I'm sure everybody went home happy. But yeah, I'm just massively biased, and now we've come out the other side of this, I don't know where either man goes. Where does Orton go? What does he do now? What does Rusev do now? How does Rusev get his momentum back? I don't have the answer. Luckily, that's not my job, so I don't have to worry about it. But as a fan, I do care, and I'm very concerned. I am a little bit torn on this next down, but ultimately the US title match was a bit boring and had stupid booking prior, so it's getting a down. I actually do like the fact that Baron Corbin won, because if you are going to do something with the man, you can't keep jobbing him out as we have done for the last few weeks. But before this match even began, Ty Dillinger went to Daniel Bryan. He said, "Look pal, I beat Baron Corbin on SmackDown, therefore this should be a triple threat match." Daniel Bryan went, "Yeah, I guess you're right." If that was the plan, why didn't we build that up on SmackDown so we could at least have a few days to say, hey guys, on Hell in a Cell, we're going to have a triple threat match for the US title. That's exciting. You could have done something with that, and it would have made Ty Dillinger feel less like some dude that just rocked up to have a fight. And it was even worse for Dillinger, because it soon became clear the only reason they'd done this is because someone made the decision for Corbin to win the US title, which he did here, but they didn't want AJ Styles to lose, so Dillinger took the fall. Awesome! What a great way to build him up as a character. AJ Styles did bump around in this match like it was going out of fashion as well, and to remind us all that he's probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. Well, there's no probably about it. He is one of the best wrestlers in the world, but yeah, overall, it felt a bit flat. And again, what do we do now? Do I have to get Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles again? Put AJ Styles in the main event. That's what I want to see. Switch Jinder and AJ, and SmackDown becomes a lot better. I am going to give the Fashion File segment an up though, because while I'm now starting to think this is actually going to go on forever, I did find it funny, it did make me laugh, so yeah, gets it up. The best part about it was the Ascension, who were hammering up to the nth degree, and it does seem like when SmackDown rolls around on Tuesday, we're now going to get some Pulp Fiction knockoff. Okay, that's good, but please pay it off eventually. That would be quite nice. But yeah, entertainment is entertainment. This was entertainment. What are you going to do? I'm not gonna crap all over entertainment, am I? I thought the women's title match between Charlotte and Natalya was actually quite decent as well, apart from the finish, which we'll get to. So that's getting it up. The two work well together, there is something there, but yeah, the finish, where Natty just went, oh, there's a chair over there, I'm gonna get it, and smack you, was weird. It was mostly weird, because at the time, Natty Neidhart was in control. Why didn't you just finish off the match and beat Charlotte clean, you fool? However, I wasn't too down on it, because I do think it actually gave Charlotte more sympathy, and the one thing that Charlotte has lacked as a face is sympathy. So I understand what WWE was doing here. It was solid, it was alright, so again, it's getting it up. Also, it probably does end with a rematch, Charlotte winning and then Carmella cashing in, which means we then transition to a Charlotte-Carmella feud. It's just good long-term thinking. This is another one that I am unsure about, because I do think I'm being a tad unfair. However, Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, giving it a down. First and foremost, we had another weird finish here, because Bobby Roode, who was definitely meant to be the face, pinned Dolph Ziggler, who was definitely meant to be the heel, with a roll-up out of nowhere, and he held the tights. And then after the bout, Dolph Ziggler, the bad guy, did jump Bobby Roode, the good guy, to re-establish their good guy, bad guy roles. So now I'm stood here like, what was I meant to take away from this? This was really weird, this was nuts. And to be honest, given the fact there had been some rumours that on the house show circuit these two had been tearing it up, well, they didn't really tear it up here, did they? I am going to give a quick up for the fact that all week Dolph Ziggler teased he was going to have the best entrance ever, and then his entrance was him just walking to the ring with no music. I thought that was quite, I wouldn't say clever, but given that he is meant to be the heel, yeah, it was a heelish thing to do, so that gets enough. And all this probably does mean the feud is going to continue, and while I would have drawn a line under it as soon as possible, let's see where it goes. Quick final up for the pre-show match though, because while it didn't really do much, and just throwing Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin against the Hype Bros on there with no fanfare whatsoever doesn't help anybody. Benjamin and Gable won. Hopefully they'll go into a tag team title feud. We saw more dissension between the Hype Brothers. I mean, they didn't even wear the same colours today, so that's all going the wrong direction. I'd actually take that kind of a feud, so yeah, this was fine. And that was Hell in a Cell 2017, and yeah, I actually thought it was a lot better than it was going to be. And while a lot of people on Twitter right now are saying it was awful, I had fun. 3.5 hours was way too long, but the main event delivered, the opening match delivered, meaning the Hell in a Cell matches delivered. Can't say fairer than that. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about Hell in a Cell 2017. Like, share and subscribe. Head on over to WhatCulture.com and read yourself some articles about Hell in a Cell. Follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon Miller from WhatCulture. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.